Hi and welcome to my channel. My name is Tiffy and today I'm going to be reviewing Teen Titans Go to the movies. And don't worry, this review is going to be completely spoiler free. So first things first, I am a Teen Titans Go fan, so jot that down. I think that it's a fun show, it's light, it's pretty funny. I accept that it's not as dope as the original Teen Titans cartoon that ran from 2003 until 2006, but I don't hold that against this show, and as a community, we just gotta heal. So I was always excited to see this movie, but for me it was cemented when I ran into Greg Cipes, the voice of Beast Boy, in the Hard Rock Hotel lobby during San Diego Comic-Con this year. I very timidly asked for a selfie, and as we were kind of cozying on in, he looked at me out of the corner of his eye and asked, "Are you gonna go see the movie?" And I answer something in the affirmative. I stutter it because I always turn into a spaz and I start to stutter when I'm around things that I love, and he had this really cute dog with him that to this day I cannot stop thinking about. So I was always for sure gonna see this movie, but after that I was for damn sure gonna see it. By the way, MoviePass, what is peak pricing? Y'all ain't slick. Why did I pay $6 extra? I'm thinking, oh man, Teen Titans Go to the movies is about to be lit. No, there were all of 7 of us on the inside of the theater, and I know because I took a picture during the preview. So I'm just curious, what is peak pricing? So getting into the review, I'm gonna start with what I liked about the film because I like to lead with positivity. Teen Titans Go, the television show, is actually pretty tame when it comes to action and violence, with the focus of each episode being more on their goofy antics as young superheroes than them fighting their adversaries. When they do get into a fight, it's what's appropriate for a cartoon and a kids show on Cartoon Network. But this movie dials that up considerably, and I was pretty surprised with how rough and exciting these action scenes were, particularly when they're fighting the big bad, Deathstroke, or as he just goes by in the movie, Slade. There were a couple of times where your girl was kind of low-key worried. Now, if you're a fan of DC, or even if you're just kind of familiar with the DC universe, then you'll pick up on the many references that they sprinkle throughout the movie. Some of them are subtle, some of them are very blatant, some of them are hella obscure, but most of them are really funny, particularly when DC drags themselves in some of the more questionable decisions that they've made with their movies. People really dog Teen Titans Go out for their lowbrow humor, but this movie was really funny. There is one kind of long-ish poop joke that they put in. I don't like toilet humor, but being a fan of the show, I was pretty much prepared for it with this movie. But this film was really funny. Some of the jokes were a little bit childish, a little bit easy, maybe a little bit corny, but I do feel like the movie makers in this regard did think about their more mature fans and include jokes that you just had to be a little bit more grown to get. But the laughs kept on coming. We were laughing from the beginning of the film all the way up until the very last moment of it. Me, my movie buddy, and all 7 of us that were also in the theater. MoviePass, I just don't see me letting this go anytime soon. Teen Titans Go, the television show, is pretty musical, and so I had big expectations going into the movie and was kind of let down in that regard, with the exception of Go, a rap song that is performed near the start of the movie by the Titans by way of introduction. I don't know if it was the animation or the actual verses themselves, but I was ridiculously hyped the moment this song came on, and as each Titan came through with their verse, like, my excitement just grew and grew and grew. I don't know what it was, so they got me with that song. Starfire's verse was definitely my favorite, but I will always be amused by Cyborg calling himself Mr. Meatball Disaster. It's also covered in the credits of the movie by Lil Yachty, who appears as the voice of Green Lantern John Stewart, and it gave me these really nice 90s Disney movie R&B cover in the credits / Vanilla Ice and Ninja Rap and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 Secret of the Ooze type vibes. And if you didn't get that, that's okay. We can talk about it later. But that actually brings me into what I didn't really like about the movie, and it starts with the soundtrack. Now, Teen Titans Go, the television show, has produced some bangers: Catching Villains, Pyramid Mummy Money, Booty Scooty, the list goes on. With the exception of Go, the song that I just mentioned, and an inspirational upbeat song about life, which is epically performed by Michael Bolton, the rest of the soundtrack just kind of felt flat for me. It felt like filler and just something to fill up the time, and I am both a Disney girl and a musical theater kid. Like, I can handle needless songs within a story. These, I just really couldn't wait for them to be over, which was fine because they were actually pretty short. Even Go, that song that I was so hype about, for whatever reason they chose to play that song again when it came to the big fight, which is not a spoiler because it's a superhero film. Obviously there was gonna be a big fight, but they chose to play that song again, and rather than it getting me more hype or whatever it was supposed to do, it wasn't as good as the first time around. It just also, there was no Night Begins to Shine. I get it, it's not a Teen Titans Go original song, and I can think of a few reasons why they wouldn't include it in the movie, but I just really love that song. I love that song almost as much as I love Life is a Highway by Rascal Flatts from the Cars soundtrack. Because when that song comes on at Disneyland or pretty much anywhere, I will drop everything that I'm holding and I will go to dance. And it's typically really embarrassing. Not for me, just for the people that I'm with. I've accepted who I am at this point. I'm chilling. And that's true self-love. Okay, so here's what I don't get. It's a DC movie about DC movies, and we're seeing references from the DC movies: Wonder Woman, Batman vs. Superman. So my question is, when will I get a nice animated version of Jason Momoa? And I get, maybe that's just me, and it's a small thing, and it's not enough to make me not like this movie, like, at all, but it was just on my mind. Like, every time they had Aquaman, I just wasn't amused. I wasn't happy to see him. I was just, it could have been Jason Momoa. Everything else is just not as good. When you have Jason Momoa as an option, why would you choose anything else? Oh, but it's the classic Aquaman. I don't care. I know what I would do. I would Lisa Bonet that situation and choose Jason Momoa. The last thing that I just really did not care for in this film is Robin. I just don't care for him as a character. I don't connect to him at all, and he's just really obnoxious to me, which I get is part of his shtick because he's so thirsty for Batman's approval. I get it, and I just don't like him or his ridiculous baby hands. And that's absolutely no disrespect to Scott Menzel, who does the voice acting for Robin. I think that he does a great job. I just don't care about anything that Robin has to say, which sucks for me because the movie is based around Robin and his struggles and growth as a character, as a young superhero trying to come up in the game or whatever. I knew this going into the movie, so it really didn't put me off that much. Just like I said, it's not a character I connect that much to, so emotional moments where I think I'm supposed to feel something. But all in all, it didn't spoil the movie for me. I think it was a very enjoyable film that I would absolutely recommend you go see, especially if you're a fan of the television series. Oh, there's totally a mid-credit scene that you should absolutely stick around for. I screamed, and I basically don't need Cartoon Network playing with my emotions that way. I need them to keep that same energy, you feel me? That's all that I have. Go see the movie. Thank you so much for watching my first movie review. I would love to know what you think of the review and of the movie itself. Let's chat in the comments. Please like my video. You can subscribe to my channel for videos weekly. You can also follow me on Instagram for posts daily. I hope that you have a beautiful day, and I will see you next time.